What is currently in its golden age, but not enough people know about it? Knitting. First, we're in the golden age of yarns. There are hundreds of indie dyers putting amazing colors on a truly mind-boggling range of yarn bases, both fiber content and weight. Even cheap yarn is better quality, and comes in a wider range of colors and bases than ever before. There's an abundance of wool yarn soft enough to wear next to your skin, although you can get scratchy yarn if that's your jam. Then there are the patterns. Thousands of them, many of them free online. Think of what you want to make, and there's a pattern out there. Tools, too. How do you like your needles? Wood, bamboo, steel, aluminum, plastic, casing? Circular with 15 sizes of interchangeable tips, straight, long, short? They're out there. If you're a knitting nerd, it's a great time to be alive. Cooking. I'm 30 now and it's so easy to find amazing recipes, good cooking supplies, and with so much information I can save money on food in so many ways. Literally, YouTube is teaching me to make so many great things. Paleontology. So much tech bringing new stuff to light. Astronomy is currently experiencing a golden age. It has changed radically in the last 30-ish years. Think on this: if you are 30 years old, you were born into a world that wasn't sure if planetary systems were rare or common. We now know that nearly all stars are likely to have planets. We know of 5,000 exoplanets. Mars was not considered a place we could find signs of life by most. The generation of spacecraft exploring Mars since the year 2000 changed that. Now some argue that discovering signs of past life on Mars is a matter of when, not if. We found multiple worlds in our solar system with liquid water oceans. This is just scratching the surface. New technologies like JWST promise to keep the momentum for the foreseeable future. Keyboards, both synthesizers and mechanical. It's possible to get a synth that sounds identical to a $5,000 Mini Moog for $200 and a decent mechanical keyboard for less than that. Dietary options. No matter what issue you have, there's a pantry full of food that will meet that restriction and taste good. Compare a keto diet from 1999 to now. It's unreal. Board games have been having a great run for the past 10 years, tons of amazing games coming out every year. Home TVs. The sort of hardware you can get for even $300 is absolutely absurd compared to what the 1980s through 2000s knew. Playing guitar and recording music. You can buy a quality guitar online for crazy cheap now, and some pro recording software out there is free. Dinosaurs. On average, a new species is named every other week. Unfortunately, scams. Technology has made it easy and cheap to pull off. People are lonelier and mental health concerns sometimes make people more vulnerable to these scams. And finally, the archaic law enforcement structure isn't set up to go after them, so there's virtually no punishment for doing it. Watch out, fam. Obituaries. Many ordinary people now have extraordinarily detailed obituaries. In decades past, most obituaries only gave basic information about death, survivors, and funeral plans, perhaps some biographical details, but obituaries of decades ago were not nearly as thorough as obituaries written and published today and over the past decade or so. A well-written obituary will allow the dead to live on in memory and in the minds of generations yet to be born. I think chess is at a golden age right now. It seems like everything is growing exponentially at the moment with it. More and more people playing online and in person. It started with the pandemic and the Queen's Gambit, but it's 2024 and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. Last month was the fastest month for chess YouTube growth ever. I imagine February will top that. Podcasts. Long-form storytelling, interviews, investigative journalism on so many topics, new and old. Great form of education, entertainment, and everything in between. Batteries. From needing a plethora C and D batteries or a power adapter for nearly anything that couldn't fit in your pocket, which needed several AAAs to no more than 20 years ago, to earbuds that last days with batteries the size of a Tic Tac, or even cars that can go hundreds of miles on battery power alone. Honestly, don't think it's given enough credit how far we've come in the past 20 years with energy storage. Tabletop RPGs. Also, while it's perhaps more of a silver age compared to the 90s early 2000s, JRPGs are having a hell of a comeback. Retro gaming. There are so many ways to play any pre-PS2 game on original hardware or through emulation. And hobbyists pumping out fan translations of JRPGs for English-speaking enthusiasts. I have played so many quality games the last few years that were literally inaccessible not long ago. Well, it's already over now, but most content on the internet being made by humans. I'll really miss the internet from 2000 to 2020. Glass. Glass has become so universally used in products beyond just a barrier to the world. Its use in electronics, and other applications, have truly advanced a lot and probably have a lot more room to grow too. Self-directed learning. There is nothing I can't find a tutorial for these days. And on top of that, I'm finding AI to be an excellent complement as a fairly decent tutor. The Wikipedia. I can spend 20 minutes reading a day and gain an in-depth knowledge of global studies, biology, philosophy, religion, language, chemistry, and even physics. It is nuts, and honestly the world would be a better place if more people would check shit out on there instead of FB. Carbonated water. I don't know if it's a golden age, but we're in a damn solid renaissance of horror movies, and it's been going for years. They are some of the only good movies that get made nowadays. Emo. Documentaries. So many good ones, available through so many online outlets. Genetics. Now that we have a variety of very powerful sequencing technologies, combined with equally powerful analysis tools, the amount of information we can glean from a tiny sample is incredible. Meanwhile, techniques like CRISPR have opened a lot of doors for precision genome editing, and this is even being implemented in some treatments for genetic conditions. I hope we continue in this trajectory, but if they become more common, it is likely inevitable that some will see an opportunity to abuse them. We are probably in or just about to end the golden age of the internet, if I were to hazard a guess. I don't think it will remain the free platform it is for much longer. I do hope I am wrong. I really do. Audiobooks, holy shit, they are amazing now. And there are so many niche books getting audio versions as well.